What's going on, everybody? How we doing today? Welcome back to D's Daily DD, where we talk about our favorite stocks daily, and we talk about our favorite stocks that we do our due diligence on. So due diligence, again, that just means that you're researching, you're looking into it, you're finding as much information that you can out there, right? And you're putting it all together to make the best informed decision. Now, I just want to start off the video by saying thank you for all the support. I can see that you guys are watching the videos and clicking and all that good stuff. And I feel the support, and I just want to say thank you again. I really appreciate it. That makes me just feel more confident. Let's keep this thing going, right? So before we get started, I'm going to let you know that, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I am just grouping all this public data that we have available to us, and I'm putting it together in a video for you guys. So just always remember that I'm never going to tell you when to buy, when to sell. I'm just going to give you the tools so that you can possibly do it yourself if you want to. All right. So the first stock that we're going to talk about is going to be Lucid, LCID. Then we're going to go over Bitfarms, and then we're going to talk about AMC because right now after hours it is up 8%. Woo! Let's go. Keep it going. All right. So it's good to see, right? I'm looking at it right now. So it's live after hours, all right? Okay, we're over here now. Let's get into it. I'm gonna pull up the Lucid keynote here. Here it is. So we'll just start from right here, okay? So this is the summary for today. Today, Lucid ended up having a red day. The volume was still above average at 74 million and some change. The average volume is around 38 million. So right now, I mean, I think it's, even though it's a little bit lower than the $40 that it hit, 41 and some change. If you're holding this for the long term, then I think that's where I would start to enter. You know what I mean? That's where I would pick up some shares if I could, because not only are they just an electric car company, they also create batteries, right? So they have more market share and more income available because they also work with hybrid cars and other things like that, right? So they have a lot of potential to bring in more money as well. And just to compare, you know, Tesla, the last time I checked, I haven't looked at Tesla recently, but it was over $1,000 a share, right? And right now you're talking about Lucid that is at $34 a share. So if you see the range, right, this has a lot of room to run, right? If they're competition, that means that this stock can possibly go to, you know, maybe I would say maybe $100 in a year, you know, at that range and hold it. That would be a good price point that I think it could hit. So shares left to borrow here, we got 3.1 million. The fee, I just added this, so it's the cost to borrow the shares when they take out the short, right? They have to pay a little fee on the side. That's how the person who's lending them out is making some money as well. So you go down. Here's the link again if you want to go look at that. And the plan is to just, you know, hold Lucid shares. If you're holding, I'm holding. It's just going to be a waiting game. The day-to-day price won't be affecting me as much, but sorry, excuse me. Coffee burps, you know. So the short, you know, price action won't really matter because I think this is a good company that's going to be around for a while, and it's going to grow here and coming in the future years, right? Let's go to this next article here that I found. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you want to pause the screen, go ahead. So Rivian Automotive and Lucid Group, two electric car startups looking to emulate Tesla's success, right? So they are making their marketplace debuts. They're shipping their first models to customers and are planning to expand production. So just alone right there, right? So that sounds pretty bullish to me. I would say nothing but bullish right there for the long term. So if you don't know, Lucid is backed by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, which they received, I think, somewhere around $1 billion to help them, right? To help them create the company and keep it going and to fund it. So it does have a lot of money behind it. So if you don't know, with the Lucid Air, the starting price is gonna be 77,400, and then the top versions, right, the ones that are fully loaded, are gonna be around 169,000. It looks like. So I'm not gonna go over Rivian. I don't know too much about that, but here's a picture of one of the Rivian cars. Wow, so I guess both Rivian and Lucid are scaling operations as Tesla's valuation has continued to soar over $1 trillion mark last week, right? So Tesla's now worth $1 trillion. So that means there's room for competition, right? I would say there's a lot of money there. And if you don't know, the CEO of Lucid, his name is Mr. Rawlinson, and he was once part of the Tesla team, and he was a chief engineer overseeing the creation of the Model S. So that's how you know that he knows what he's doing, right? He has a lot of information on it, right? So let's go back to, let's go ahead and exit here. Man, we're gonna go check out the graph. Luckily today I have everything prepared here for you guys, so it should be a smooth transition. Okay, Lucid right here, right? So I haven't deleted this Fibonacci, the orange right here, right? So Fibonacci, you draw it from the lower point to the highest point, and then there's a pullback. So you would take that point, those 3 points, and you would align them there. And then that would give you your Fibonacci extension. There's also Fibonacci retracement, but that's not what we're using right now. We're using the Fibonacci extension. As we can see here, it bounced off this support. I drew this blue line back here, right? So it's showing there's support there now at 33.15, around that area, and it bounced. It's still looking like it's gonna hold. If you see this other master trend line down here that I drew, I haven't extended it, but that's the one that's been carrying the bullish momentum the whole way. That's gonna prove that the trend is still active, right? So even though the price went down, it broke this blue one that I drew yesterday, but you never know. It could just move around in this area and then bounce back up to the upside, right? All I need is more good news. If say the customers are just raving about the rise and they can't keep these cars in stock and Lucid just starts pumping them out, then we know that it's most likely going to see some bullish price movement. And just to keep you updated right now, AMC is at 42.15, right? That's pretty good. It closed around 38, so it's moving. And that's all I got for Lucid right now. Let's go over to Bitfarms. Now, Bitfarms has had a really good day. If you don't remember, they're involved with crypto mining. So they mine different coins and then they sell them and they get that's how they make their income. Basically, that's just a simple way of putting it. Let's go over the summary. Today was a green day for Bitfarms, showing strength all day. Volume was 14,488,521. So if you look at this, the average is 6, right? So if you're a new investor, this is what you want to pay attention. Do you see how the higher volume most likely will take the price higher, right? Now, it could also bring it down, but right now we are up in the uptrend. So if you see higher volume coming, that's a bullish sign right there. The stock price went from 640 all the way to 640 from 578. So that was the 14% jump in just regular hours. Again, I'm not including the after hours. Shares left to borrow, you have about 2.6 million shares left. The fee is a little bit higher on this one, 5.75% currently. Here's the link. Of course, the strategy for now, as long as Bitcoin and crypto keeps making moves higher and it's sustaining, this is gonna follow. And let me explain why, right? So these guys are mining Bitcoins and they're mining coins every single day. And then they have more and more every single day, and then they can go out there and they can sell them. So if you remember how much currently Bitcoin is at, I mean, you know that it's up there. It's above 58 right now that I've seen the last time I checked. So this was the news article that came out yesterday, I believe. So I took a picture of it, yes, on the 1st. And it's breaking down their mining power, right? So they need more and more miners to create these Bitcoin, and that's what they're doing. They already have 5 houses where they have all the miners set up, and that's where all the miners, you know, do the work and create the coins. And then what's cool about even that art aspect of that, why I like them as a business, because if one of those miners breaks down, they have in-house technicians that take it and they fix it. So they don't need to send it out and waste time shipping, you know, wait for it to come back, especially right now with the labor shortage and all that stuff that's going on. So that way, you know, they're doing it in-house and saving a lot of money. So right here, if you look at this part right here, we're gonna have to zoom in. Showing you the power right here as of October 25th. They mined 343 new Bitcoins just in the month of October. Do the math right there, right? Times 343 times whatever Bitcoin is currently worth. And that's why I'm so excited. That's why I'm so bullish about this company. It is comparable to Riot, to Mara, all the other miners in the space, and they're starting to get the hash power that they need to get up there to compete with them. And if you look at the chart, okay, so they installed 2,869 Bitmains S19J Pro miners. They received them and installed them. Kind of breaks down what their plans are. And then they're not only in Canada, but they're trying to open up farms in Argentina and Paraguay as well. So that's pretty insane. Here's the monthly breakdown, how many Bitcoins they have mined. So currently 343 this month. So imagine what they could sell those for right now. And they're pretty smart because they don't sell everything all at once. They tend to sell it off in pieces. And now the big dog, got the key information for you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to AMC. I know everybody's jacked on it right now. Okay, got the AMC file right here. As I was saying yesterday, right, after reading this article, it is kind of funny how now today those prices going up. After seeing this that I was talking about yesterday in the other video, it said, if you can't beat them, join them, right? I laugh every time I hear that. So here's what I got. AMC with another green day, right? Love to see it still pumping right now. Let's go. Let's see, 4.64% to the green side in regular after hours. And then we got 9.69% currently in the after hours. Wow, we haven't seen a move like that for AMC in a few weeks, I would say, right? It's a good sign. Everybody must be jacked right now. So even though the volume was 37, so we're talking about 37 million for the day, 40 million currently. This is why I don't think it's the squeeze yet. The shorts are technically trapped right now because they owe, the last time that I checked was around 85, 86 million shares, right? So the volume is only 40 million. So how do you cover 80 million shares when there's only 40 million volume? So if you break it down, the lower volume, the better, because it puts pressure on them to close out their position. And we know that there's some type of pressure on them currently because we're looking at this price skyrocket right now. So for the tomorrow, what we want to see is more volume, more buying, more pressure on those shorts. Remember the earnings call is next Monday. It has been officially released, and Webull reported it. I saw the article yesterday. So remember, the earnings is going to be next Monday, and I will be covering every single day until then. I think there is major catalysts in there in order to get us to the next leg. And try not to get too pumped up, but I am going to show you my charting, and I'm sure you've seen very similar things from other people who chart on YouTube. And I really am excited to show you this right here. Let me bring this up. All right, check this out. So right now we are looking at the 2-hour chart. I have been charting this triangle like other people, and we have been staying in here. These are my supply and demand zones that I drew out. This is where I think you see a lot of price movement, a lot of price action. And I drew this line before this move that we're in right now, right? So I knew there was going to be a fake out here where it was going to dump to the downside because it's just what's happened before. And we all are holding, the apes are holding, everybody's holding strong. And I can see it now because of the low volume. When there was a lot of high volume, you know, the banks and the shorts, they couldn't make money on that because they can trade and switch and get in and out of things, right? But the apes are holding, and this is the proof. Now, what we want to continue to see is if it's going to fill this all the way back up to the $72 range. I don't know if it can happen before earnings, but there's such a good chance right now. Just with the price action right now, we're at 42.83 in the after hours right now, right? That's awesome. That is amazing to see. So the next supply and demand zone right here around the $45 range. And then we would move up to 57. We'll zoom in a little bit. Oh, not what I want to do. And we want to see this thing just run after this. But remember, we were just stuck in this wedge. It looks like we finally broke out of it. And I've seen this before plenty of times with other charts. I'm as bullish as can be, right? But for now, that's all the information I got on AMC. I'm gonna get back to checking it out on after hours right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this information. You already know what to do. I'm not gonna be the one that's constantly just promoting to subscribe. I see you guys. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and we're gonna keep this moving. All right, mi gente. Si necesitan algo, me dicen. Ponlo in the comment section. And if I have a little bit of time, you know, I'll get back to you. Okay. So let's keep this thing positive, and let's see if AMC is ready to squeeze. Let's go.